What's up, Frankenstein?
What's up, Sleepula?
Sleepula?
The Dracula that just sleeps all the time.
You guys, not last night, but the night before, I went to bed at 10 in the morning. Just at my house. Just why? It's not like I went to a rave. It's not like what was I doing? I Instagrammed me and Toad playing at like 6 in the morning. And then I tried to go to bed and I almost fell asleep at 8. And then I was up till 10. And then I woke up at 4:15.
Well, to be honest, though, you did leave your house that day.
I did. I know you would think it may be a tiny bit tired, and it did not.
I know. You went to Burger King. You got some nuggies for Toad.
Yeah, it was the 2-year anniversary of Toad's Gotcha Day. So we've been together for 2 years on October 18th. So I'm like, I got to get him some nugs because he's a good boy.
So you got to figure, I mean, being out of your house for 10 to 20 minutes, that should have put you out real early.
I know. I went to the post office and I went to Burger King and I came home.
Did you get any McDonald's plastic Halloween buckets?
No, I just went to BK. I thought about going to get a bucket, but I don't really care. I have so much shit in this house. What the fuck do I need with a bucket?
Maybe Toad needs a bucket.
Toad has so much shit in this house too. The backgrounds of my videos are like embarrassing. my whole entire living room floor looks like I have like a daycare center. There's just everywhere.
I always think it's funny when you text me a picture and you tell me, your best friend who knows your secrets, don't look at the floor of my house.
Literally, I just did it the other day. I had to show you something. I go, don't mind the floor, because it was like insane in that photo. And that was after I cleaned.
Jiminy Christmas.
I know. I just have to tell everybody, if you'll notice, we switched podcast servers, so our old episodes are gone currently, and they're very, very, very slowly being re-uploaded. So like, don't panic, they're coming back. We have no control over this. It's very frustrating.
And I think right now as we speak, like on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon, there are like 15 episodes.
Yeah.
But then on like Audible podcasts and Google Play podcasts and some other podcast providers, all of them are already up.
Yeah. But yeah, the big ones, they have to like repopulate. So we're just waiting. So don't think we did anything crazy.
Under the control of the Podcast Master Society.
Stupid. So yeah, they're coming. You're just going to have to listen to them all over again.
Gonna have to listen. Well, Jesus.
And then another update is, since you cried like a little baby last episode, Olive Garden is sending us another set of the divination dice, so you can frickin' have some.
That is very wonderful of them. It's so nice that they are good enough friends to do that for me.
Okay, first, I literally was going to give them to you because I felt bad and you wouldn't leave me alone about it. But then they listened and then they DM'd me and were like, oh my God, sorry, we didn't send two in the first place. And I wrote back, I'm like, yes, sometimes we're not that good at sharing things.
We're not that good at sharing things?
What? I give you stuff.
You give me stuff that you have extra of?
That's what you do for me.
I give you stuff just because you want stuff.
No, you give me stuff that you have doubles of.
That's not true.
Well, we both give each other stuff. Stop it. All we do is do nice shit for each other. Christ.
Get you to doubt your own niceness.
I know. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Friendship is part manipulation.
Oh my God. You're psycho. Is that going to be your new Halloween song?
Maybe.
You redropped the Halloween frog song on Twitter this week.
And people love it.
Yes, they do.
All you do is sing along to the Halloween frog song.
Why don't you make a Spotify profile?
I would, but I want it to be better than just that recording.
Yeah.
You know, that's that thing we've talked about before, like the perfectionists of us.
Yeah, no, we never do it.
I know. If someone wants to give me free studio time to like go into a studio for an hour, I could knock that song out in an hour.
Well, you have other ones. You need more than an hour.
I could knock out Halloween Frog and Turkey Ghost in like an hour, no problem.
Yeah, and do like a fall time 7-inch.
I have another one that sounds like a 50s romance song, but it's about looking for cryptids out in the woods.
That could go on the fall one.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's cute. All right, well, somebody record Tenny for free, please.
Walking in the woods, holding hands, and we're just looking for cryptids.
That sounds like the Beach Boys.
It's really kind of funny.
That's cute. All right, so somebody's going to give you free studio time. Then we'll get a 7-inch. Do you know, you probably don't even know that in our Patreon because you never look at it, that at the end of all of our Patreon posts, I call you really weird shit every time.
I know, I see it. You think that I don't look at that stuff? I look at everything. I see everything.
Okay, well, you could contribute. While you're in there, why don't you go ahead and type something, lurker? But anyway, do you want to hear a breaking news?
Wait a second. I will tell you, a lot of times when it comes to like commenting and stuff, I'm always afraid to because I really feel like I'm going to erase something or it's going to post in the wrong place.
Stop it. You had a Patreon for 18 years before I knew how to work one.
I just don't know how to use technology.
Out of town. Anyway, back to my big exciting news that I got today. Do you want to know what it is?
Oh, yeah. I'm super excited for it.
I officially got invited back to be on Michigan Paracon again next year.
Oh, geez.
Yay, I didn't blow it.
Good work.
I did it. And it like spiraled. Listen, it spiraled so fast, and there's already like potentially really exciting plans for next year. If it works out, it's going to be really fucking stupid and hilarious.
Oh, no.
I know, I'm really
So it's a good thing I'm not going to be there.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, what if you don't get invited back and then I just have to go by myself?
Yep.
Yours like not even don't even have you're like it's like they just say Michigan Paracon and then you're just on there. It's just poof. Nobody asks, it's just assumed.
I'm a staple.
Yeah.
Like salt.
Yeah, like you go to a diner, there's already a salt, a pepper, and a ketchup on the table. You have to fucking ask for it. That's you.
I'm already on the table, been handled by everybody.
Oh god, I knew you were gonna make it weird. All right, so that's very exciting, and now I actually have a whole last year to fucking prepare. I feel like last year I like ran out of time and didn't get to do some stuff I wanted to do. So next year it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, we'll have to talk off of the episode because I've got like 3 invites for events next year already.
Oh shit! What are we doing? Where are we going?
Depends on if you want to go. There's stuff all over happening.
Hey. Yeah, that's another reminder. If y'all want to see us at an event by you or in town or local or wherever the fuck, if we haven't been there yet and you see people that put on an event, tell them that you want to see us. Because how the fuck are people supposed to know? You got to be like, hey, it would be great if they were on your event. And then they'll reach out to us. You got to plant the seed,
Thought seed. Grow it yourself.
infect their brains with us. On Tuesday, I don't even know what date it is anymore. On Tuesday, we got to go see an advanced screening of Saltburn by Emerald Fennell, who did Promising Young Woman. Saltburn doesn't come out till Thanksgiving, so we got to see it so flippin' early.
I wonder if it'll be edited differently when it goes out for its major release.
I don't think it will be because first of all, you guys go see Saltburn. But secondly, don't watch the fucking trailer because they show the whole goddamn movie. Don't watch the fucking trailer. If you go on YouTube, there's a teaser trailer and there's a full trailer. Go ahead and watch the teaser trailer. Do not watch the full trailer because it's just too much. And that leads me to my point of I don't think they're going to recut it because the whole goddamn movie's in the trailer. They can't take shit out now.
Yeah, they've done that before though. They took shit out of Marvel movies that were in the trailers.
Yeah, I hope they don't. I think it's perfect. Well, anyway, it was a tiny bit too long, but I can't think of anything I would have wanted them to take out.
Yeah, it was a little too long, but it was for me. And it was really for me watching the shock and horror of other people my age not be able to process a movie.
Oh my god, you guys. It's a sexy movie. It's a very sexy movie. It's pretty much implied from the get-go, just underlying. I watched a interview with her, the director, and she said basically the entire fucking point of the movie is desire and the ways that can manifest in all ways, any ways.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much from the get-go, there's just like very tension, sexy times.
And I'll tell you, as soon as the movie started, I knew it was going to be a rough watch for me because everyone in the movie smokes cigarettes. And sitting in a movie theater where you can't smoke for 2 hours and watching other people just lovingly languishing over their cigarettes was madness.
Yeah, that didn't affect me, but I was sitting next to like I would say probably a upper 50s-year-old lady and her husband, maybe 60s, and
So they literally were my age.
well, they looked dry as fuck. They looked dry and unhappy. So I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a sexual part where Barry Keoghan spits in his fucking hand and then goes to do things, and the lady next to me literally went, "Ew, ow, loud. I'm like, it is fucking 2023. What kind of dry 1950s sex are you having? Like, what do you? And there was numerous times where people in the theater were like, oh, 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 out loud. Like they were aghast at normal sex on a movie.
I can understand some of the gasps in shock from the dusty people in our theater when things were not just sexual, but like you said, having people react to regular sexual stuff.
No, I know. I'm like, is everybody in here a fucking 60-year-old virgin? Oh, it's so uncomfortable, bro. It was so uncomfortable. But it's not okay. The movie's not all about sex. We're just saying it was awkward because the crowd was old, but it's like a thriller kind of. I don't even know what I would call it. It's like
It's a thriller.
yeah, it's a thriller. Barry Keoghan was in Banshees of Inisherin and he was in The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and he's so fucking good and he's so strangely transfixingly hot, and I feel like he's gonna get like an Oscar nod again or like a Golden Globes nod again.
I told you when we came out of the theater, like, is he hot?
Yeah.
Because in that movie, I was like going in, I'm like, well, they picked him because he's not so hot. And then in the movie, after we came out, I was like, I think that he's a hot guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but it makes you feel weird, and I don't know why.
It's another one of those Mads Mikkelsen things.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, if they were in a movie, I wouldn't I wouldn't even be able to breathe. I would be scared and aroused at the same time for 2 hours.
Imagine Barry and Mads making out. You'd be like, what is happening? What are
Like-
all these variety of emotions that I'm feeling? Disgust, horror, eroticism.
I don't know what it is. And obviously the other guy in the movie, Jacob Elordi, he's in Euphoria. For people who watch Euphoria, he's tall and hot. So they're both hot. And the movies, it's just, I don't know what the word is. It like, what's the word? Like I was so in. Like once it starts, you're like, oh, I'm in this world and I don't give a shit about anything else that's happening. It like sucked you in like really bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing in me when I watch movies like that where I get really interested because you're dealing with, and this isn't a spoiler, you're dealing with like an uber wealthy family, and really rich people's neuroticism is really interesting to me.
Yeah, I think it is to a lot of people because they just have no fucking idea what that like. Obviously, everybody knows that like what is it? 1%. I can't. What's the stat? 1% of people have.
Like 99% of the wealth.
Yeah, so it's like literally all of us don't know what that feels like or how you would act like that. Oh, side note that I just remembered, you're leaving on Monday to do an event in the UK, and I looked it up, and Saltburn is the name of the estate in the movie where these rich people live, right? Saltburn is fucking 59 minutes from where you're gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous right now.
Yeah.
I don't like this feeling in my body of jealousy right now.
Because I have extra time on my trip. I might go and get a picture in front of Saltburn.
Get me one.
Photoshop you in. I need a picture of you standing against a green screen.
I want to go. But yeah, it was super good, you guys. It's very different and it's beautiful. It's only
super good. Wait, make this claim. Super good for you.
Yes.
It's for me.
Yes.
It'll be very enjoyable to watch everyone come to their own conclusions on this movie.
Yeah.
It will be divisive.
It will be divisive, and if you're like any percent homophobic, you're gonna hate it, and I hope you hate our podcast too, and you can leave. Yeah, I feel like that was like an issue too in the theater. Was like, oh, you guys are fucking crusty, get out of here. But I loved it.
Man, everybody in that theater, like that, you just thinking of that point, everyone in our theater, like just the terrible sex lives they must have.
Oh my god, I swear to you, I can't remember a movie that I've watched in the theater that made people make sounds out loud that were uncomfortable. I was wondering why they weren't leaving. I'm like, if you hate this or if you're appalled, can you fucking leave? Like, why are you making sounds? This is unreal.
They were making sounds because they were with their partners who they don't have sex with.
No, they do
or
not.
They don't have good sex with.
Right.
And they didn't leave because they don't have good sex with their partners and they wanted to watch stuff on the screen.
Like, I remember this. I'm appalled. But people are dusty. Anyway, it's really good. You guys should go see it on Thanksgiving. I'm going to see it again as soon as I can. I would have turned it on again at home if it was on when I got home. I was ready to watch it again. I loved it. But anyway, we're gonna do some voice messages because we haven't done them in forever, and we have a few good ones. I did erase some. I'm gonna tell y'all, I did erase. I did erase some because A, either they had audio issues, or B, sorry, they were boring. And also, side note, look, y'all gotta talk faster. You gotta talk faster. Please talk faster. I know you're nervous, but just talk as fast as you can. You gotta get the thought out. You gotta get the story out. All right. I do not even remember what order these are in. We're all gonna find out together. Here is the first one.
Hi, Jessica, Penny, and Toad. This is Liz back from Ohio. I wanted to call in and tell you something strange that happened to me. So a few weeks ago, I dreamt that I became best friends with the Grim Reaper. Like, we were chilling, playing with an Ouija board, exchanging Instagram accounts, and, you know, like best friend stuff. So the next day, and this is in real life, I was at a party and my brother-in-law pulls out a 100-plus-year-old scythe from his grandpa's farm and asks if I want it, because I'm the weirdo of the family, which I, of course, said yes. So now I'm thinking, was this a gift from the Grim Reaper or that type of energy? Could I have had a premonition dream? Was it just a weird coincidence? I hope it's not the last one, because that would be very boring. I personally want it to be a gift from Grim, you know, as I call them, since I investigate ghosts, hauntings, paranormal stuff with my friends. What do you guys think? Any experiences like this? Alrighty, that's it. Also, I had to write this out because I am admittedly terrible at storytelling. Okay, bye!
Bye. I think it's premonitory type dreams.
I think so too.
Because sometimes, like, your brain doesn't know how to process the future information. So it gives you, like, weird stuff to remember so that you will remember it when it happens. Does that make sense?
I think so. Or maybe you just, like, set it into motion even if it wasn't going to happen. Like, I don't know.
Like, I've had one of the premonitory dreams I have, which I feel like falls into the same kind of situation, was I had this dream that I was best friends with Michael Knight from the show Knight Rider. The Kit the Talking Car show.
Was that David Hasselhoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and thought it was really weird. And then a black Trans Am hit my car that day.
That's insane, actually.
And then I think, like, I had a premonitory dream, and the only way it was getting me to remember the premonitory dream was giving me being friends with David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Because if I wouldn't have been friends with David Hasselhoff, I probably wouldn't have remembered the dream.
That's wild.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I have premonitory dreams too, but I don't always remember them.
How long do you think the Grim Reaper's been around?
I don't know.
Like, the idea of the Grim Reaper?
I don't know.
Since the 14th century.
That fucking reminds me of another thing I wanted to say about Saltburn too. The house that's in the movie and where you're going. It was built in 1328.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny too, the history of the house, it's been passed down in the family that fucking long. Like, no one's ever bought it. So it's like exactly the same as.
There's a lot of houses in England that have been in the same family for 700, 800 years.
That like blew my mind.
That blows my mind because, like, I didn't know my grandparents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they like know their shit back to the dawn of time.
Yeah, and I'm like, what was my great-grandfather's name?
I knew my great-grandparents. Okay, next message.
That was so cute. Yeah.
This one's really good.
That was really cute. Hi. We were really nervous to call, even though we've met you. I'm Ashley. I'm Natalie. You probably don't know us. But we love you. Shut up. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Listen, I just want to say that the first thing that comes to my mind is I'm so sorry that the two times I've had the opportunity to talk to either of you, I was literally the worst. I was cry lady, and that's probably what you remember me if you even do. Whatever. I was sad as hell at the Dash International event. Good job. In Michigan. I don't know when. Also, but I cried, and it was weird, and it was fucking embarrassing, and I have not stopped thinking about it. But Penny was so sweet. He gave me a hug out of nowhere, and it meant the world to me. And I think that should be known. It was very needed and very appreciated, especially in retrospect. So thank you. We love you, Penny. Penny. Also, I jumped out of the car and did not know it was you. and everybody told me it was Penny, and then I said, no, it's not. And then I said, it's Penny! I jumped out of the car and ran up to you, and you hugged me. But also, Jess, I opened the door, and Toad ran out, and I hugged Toad, and then I hugged you, and that was also very cute. Also, we're waiting on pizza, and we love you. Bye! Okay. We're gonna be in literally like by Gus's in September, and you guys are gonna be at a con, and we're sad because we're going to Gus's, but we're also going to a concert. So let us bring your house. No. Or maybe, I don't know. But also tell us things to do and shit. Spooky places. Also, right. I need spooky places near Cincinnati, Ohio. And if you tell us, we will kiss Phoebe and Fiona and dance with you. Better than we are. We love you. Bye. Bye. Tony, bye. I don't know.
I feel like they were not sober.
Chaos love.
That was so good.
Jeez, oh beats.
I know. I remember. Oh, it's just cackling.
Just bubbling with happiness.
I know. And I feel we obviously missed their trip, so I hope you did fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing that much like happiness and excitement is so nice for me after talking to you all the time.
What the fuck? We laugh like that all the time.
Not anymore.
Oh my god.
The magic's gone.
We just laughed the whole beginning of this episode. Were you there? Are you in a coma? He's gone. He's gone forever. All right, I'm playing the next call.
Hello, weirdos and Toad. This is John from California, and just calling to let Kenny know he had a question a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to let him know that I'm the guy. I'm the guy they made Love Boat action figures for. When I was a kid, I loved them. As soon as I saw them on the shelf at the store, I had to have them all, and I got almost all of them. I'm still looking for Vicky, Captain Stubing's daughter, but I had Isaac, I had Doc, I had the Captain, I had Gopher. Gopher was my favorite. But yeah, I was that weird kid that loved the Love Boat action figures. That's all I got. All right, bye.
That's great. I'm glad there is someone else out there.
I love that guy's voice.
Loves the Love Boat action figures. I may have an extra Vicky.
Oh shit, John, DM us your address.
Look at that.
Well, do you really have one?
I think I have an extra one upstairs.
All right, John.
The paint job on it is not great, but if he doesn't care.
Yeah, that's better than nothing. John, if you're listening, DM us on What's Up Weirdo Instagram at WUW Pod. Give us your address. Also, I just want to sit around a campfire with that guy. I love that voice. I want to have beers with John.
You don't drink beer.
I drink beer sometimes if the situation calls for it.
Gross.
Outdoors is usually the situation. Baseball games, camping, etc.
Gross.
Whatever, man.
When was the last time you went camping?
I was just going to say I don't go camping. I don't know why I said that. I know I said that. I have slept in my car, but not outside. Anyway, next message.
Hi, John, Jessica, and Toad. This is Corey calling from Hawaii again to tell you a ghost story that happened to me. So it's 2003. I'm in France. We're at the Palace des Popes, which is the Pope's Palace. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Avignon. So we're looking around, and we get to like the feast room, which is about 160 feet wide. And there's these really cool, like little pink stained glass windows at the top of the room. So I want to get a better look at them. So I turn around to make sure no one's behind me, and no one's behind me. And this room is huge. Like there's no one behind me. There's no one even close to me. And I'm like, cool. So I face the windows, take a couple steps back, and I feel someone touch my shoulder and whisper in my ear. And I'm like, how is that possible? There was like no one even anywhere near me. And I turn around and there's absolutely nobody there, no one even close. And my friend that I was traveling with was standing at the other end of the room, and we locked eyes. She looks at me and she runs over. She's like, what happened? So I had a witness that saw that no one was there behind me. And I definitely felt someone touch me. I definitely heard someone whisper in my ear. And the kind of cool thing about it, or creepy thing about it, was that I could feel the place where the ghost touched me. Like I could feel it for the rest of the day on the back of my shoulder. So that's fun. That's my one true ghost story. I hope you like it. Great job on the podcast. Look forward to listening to it every week. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. I think that most people's ghost experiences are much like that.
Yeah.
You know, a whispery voice, a slight touch. People always want like full-bodied apparition standing in front of them.
Those are how mine are. I don't, not that I want them, but I don't have like a ghost touch me ones. I have lots of seeing full body ghost ones. You got scratched.
I've been scratched a couple times, and I get, for me, it's almost like they tap me on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hello, Tenny. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't actually say hello, Tenny. Just a little tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, I keep waiting for it just to get shoved and just be scared forever.
I have a scary story about a ghost named Tip Tap.
You're not going to say the whole story right now.
I'm not going to say the whole story right now, but I'm just telling you, if you think about it, that's a fucked up name for a ghost.
Yeah.
Tip Tap.
And I don't like it.
Because you can hear him in your kitchen. Tip Tap.
Stop.
You can hear him in your bed at night. Tip Tap.
Stop.
Tip Tap.
Start the next message.
What's up, weird ass mofos? This is Johnny Hauser in Villisca, Iowa. I just wanted to say I love you guys. Like, you're my ray of happiness. Every podcast I listen to, you make me happy, make everybody happy. So props to you. Anyway, the weirdest ghost story I have has nothing to do with ghost hunting. A friend of mine's mother passed away in a car accident, so we take her kids and grandkids out to her farm. They write letters on helium balloons. We'll let them into the sky. It's called Letters to Heaven. Well, one of the balloons got caught about 40 feet up in a tree branch. And I'm like, kind of sucks for whoever wrote that one. But we walk half a mile back to the farmhouse, a couple of sharp left-hand turns, up on the back porch through a little doorway, and we're having some drinks and talking how the mom used to love scaring the kids. Pretty soon that balloon comes floating through the doorway and rests on a lawn chair. And my friend didn't believe in anything. I'm like, you want to explain that to me? She goes, well, it's weird. I go, the balloon's filled with helium. Like, I'm not a physicist, but it's going to go straight up. I'm going to come down, move against the wind, make two sharp left-hand turns, a mile journey around the corner, up through a little doorway on a back porch and land on a lawn chair. And she goes, well, that's not my mom's lawn chair. So I think debunked. Later on, she admitted that she had a dream that night that she got a letter from her mother, postmarked the day her mother was killed in the car crash, and it was, I'm so proud of you and what you become, which meant a lot to her because she was going through some stuff at the time. Anyway, there's no possible way that could have happened. That was her mother saying, I'm here. So love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm one of your biggest fans.
Wow. Hauser.
Johnny Hauser.
Hauser calling in with a ghost balloon.
I know, you guys listening, that's our buddy Johnny Hauser. He manages the Villisca Axe Murder House, and he's a ghost hunter and cool dude.
And longtime friend.
All right, next message.
Hey, Tenny. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Toad. It's Darcy.
Oh.
I'm calling on the morning that the episode titled Alien Burrito dropped. Saturday morning, July 15th. And so it's been hot here in California. I decided I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go to the beach. And I will listen to the newest episode of What's Up Weirdo on my way. And so I decided to go to a beach that I don't normally go to. And as I got off the freeway, windows down, episodes playing, and my Maps app takes me a wrong direction and turns me into a naval base that I shouldn't be turning into, and I am promptly greeted by two heavily armed military personnel.
What?
The first thing they hear is Tenny starting to talk about the alien burrito as I pull up and explain to them that I have taken a wrong turn. They not only ask me to turn down what I'm listening to, but they take my driver's license, my car information, and then until I begin to exit the base, which I had to make a U-turn right in front of one of the very armed personnel, that is when they give me my license back. So the timing of that was Frank Chef's gift. Anyways, I hope you're all well, and I hope it's cooler as you start your big trip. Okay, bye.
Well, you see, listening to What's Up Weirdo gets you into weird situations.
I know.
You never know what's going to happen to you if you're listening to the What's Up Weirdo podcast.
Hey, oh,
Hey, oh, ah.
hey, glad you didn't get in trouble.
Hey, long time listener, first time call. I just wanted to say that. Love the show. It's I'll say this is Nella Moon. Hi everyone. I'll say my online. I wanted to say that I saw an alien spacecraft, a UFO, in the sky when I was 13. This would have been 1994. 95, right in there. I was laying in my backyard and I looked up and I saw a light that was fucking blinking, and it was outside of our atmosphere. It was way up by the stars. And long story short, I used my thumb even and used my hand to make a circle, and I stared at it for an hour. And I had a great time perception at the time because I was starting to study music and drumming. So I was really calculating time and stuff. I was calculating everything. It was kind of a problem at that time. Anyway, but I had a lot of fun. So I was out there for 4 fucking hours. I even got up and moved around and went back and laid down in the spot I was in. And the thing stopped blinking and then started blinking again. Like it was fucking at me, blinking at me. And to this day, it was a UFO. It was not an asteroid. It was not a meteorite. It was not a satellite. It was not a spaceship of ours. It was there. I even told my mom about it after 3 or 4 hours, and I was freaking out. They came out in the yard to look, and it wasn't there. But of course, by 3 or 4 hours, the sky has moved, right? I was very well aware of that. Anyway, I thought about it, and the memory is so simple. And that's it. That's my first. There was another story, but that's for another time. A lady in life had a bachelor party, which is really weird. Anyway, but that's yeah, fucking aliens is real. Okay, love the show. Stay weird, and hi Toad. Bye.
Got it. He got abducted.
Maybe.
You never know with those extended sightings.
I know, that's a long time.
Gonna have to do some deeper digging. Got some screen memories in there. Aliens took him away for a little while.
That's our time missing from our friendship. We got abducted.
That's when we actually became friends. We were abducted.
Yeah.
That's why we don't remember it. I would like to give the aliens some thanks for doing that.
Well, you want them to erase the memory of the whole entire friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're capable of that. You've done too much mental damage.
Next message.
Hey, hello, weirdos. This is Christy in the southern Appalachian Mountains of western North Carolina. I am here with my lovely Toby. He is my fur baby, and I'm calling because Jessica, as soon as I heard you utter the word about Yosemite, I just almost cried. I was listening to you while I was driving. I've seen Yosemite in a 1-day and half a night trip years and years and years ago, and it still has stuck with me. It was utterly amazing, and just like any place, I mean, in your images, it's covered in people. I don't remember a single person. All I remember is the majesty and the magic, and your depth perception is all thrown off. Distance doesn't exist. It is so amazing. People don't understand. I try to explain to people why it is the best national park in the world, even though I live in the Smoky Mountain National Park almost. And I love my mountains. But I will tell you, though, if you ever get to go back, I was so lucky to be there on a night. And the person I was with was big into amateur astronomy. They had an amateur club meeting at Glacier Point, which is one of the highest points, I don't know if it's highest, but it's fantastic viewing of a very different angle of the valley. You get to see Half Dome from a different angle, and it was amazing. And we got to be there at midnight. I don't know how late it was. It was just freaking amazing. You could see, imagine being there and seeing mountain climbers hanging, and you could see their light because it was so dark. We could see the Milky Way over the mountain. We could hear the waterfall, and that was it. It was beautiful beyond imagination. The Milky Way above us, no man-made life. It was so amazing.
Yosemite's the best. I definitely will be going back. I don't know when, but as soon as possible because it's real good. But I feel like Yosemite legitimately like tilted my brain.
Does that mean it made your brain right?
No, it'll always be wrong. Okay, next message.
Hey, Jess. Hey, John. Hi, Tony. So I called earlier, but it looks like the phone call got a little bit garbled, so I'm going to retell the story again. So back in April of 2016, I actually went with the Nick Roth tour at Ohio State Reformatory, and we were actually in the East cell wing of the prison, and 3 of us got sent into one of the cells that looked like was getting some activity, and I was lucky number 3. And I get sent in there with a recorder, and Nick starts calling into the cell to ask, is anybody in here? Does anybody have anything to say? And I'm standing out there holding my hand out with the recorder, and all of a sudden I felt this really super strong tingling feeling in the back of my left shoulder. And I said, hey, I feel something. And Nick was like, are you touching her? Later on, we replayed the recorder back, and we got a voice that said, yes, I am. And I wasn't yelling or screaming outwardly, but inwardly, I couldn't believe what was happening. Did I really just get touched by something? This can't be happening. Am I dying? Do I need to go to the hospital? Eventually, we wrapped up, and as I was walking out of the cell, Nick Roth jokingly said, you should have given that guy your number. Like, well, apparently only dead guys want to talk to me, so I guess so. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that story. I promise if you hated that story, I have a lot of other stories to tell. And originally I told the story while I was sitting next to my grandparents' grave, and apparently that messed up, so I have to retell it again in my bedroom. That might have been their way of saying, we don't want to be involved in your dumbassery. So, okay, bye.
The first time they called, they're like, hi, I'm in the graveyard, because it's like, I think it was like one of their grandparents' birthdays or something. I mean, and the audio was so bad, I think, because they were outside, and I'm like, you got to call back and tell us your ghost story. So that's weird that it like, I don't know if it was the wind or if the cemetery messed up the audio, but that's kind of neat too.
Yeah. And see, look at that. Another ghost tapping a person on a shoulder.
I know. I was just thinking that this episode is all about the ghosty situations of.
It's all about shoulder fondling ghosts.
Seriously. And we've both been to Mansfield, and it's fucking terrifying. That's one of the scariest places I've ever been.
They always stick me in solitary confinement.
Good fucking grief.
Every time.
So scary.
Because it has a door that leads right outside so I can smoke.
Nice.
That's the thing that always cracks me up about Mansfield solitary confinement is that there's literally a door that leads directly outside.
Well, they can't get out. Those people couldn't get out.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's so funny that, like, it's always in my brain. It's always been another aspect of solitary, which is I'm sure that someone would come in and out of that door and you're in solitary and it opens up and for a second you can see outside and fresh air and sunlight and then it just slams shut again. You know that you're so close to it, but you'll never get to it.
That's very depressing and dark.
Yes.
Next message.
All right, this is Chris calling to tell you about my bison mutilation story. So I moved in next to my neighbor who's a ranch manager and was trying to tell him how weird I was. Oh, don't mind me, I'm going to be out doing weird shit by the creek and in nature, my witchy stuff. And was like, hey, have you ever heard of cattle mutilation? And he was like, are you fucking kidding me? He has evidence. He has people that can vouch for this shit. Called the vet out to look at it because he was like, I've never seen anything like this. The surgical precision, all the hallmarks of cattle mutilation in a bison bull. And he said he found it like way away from the herd, which is unnatural. So many things blew my mind. Not a paranormal guy at all. Super up straight cowboy white dude, like doesn't believe in shit. And me trying to be like, I'm a weirdo. So I was asking him questions, like scalpel, no, laser precision, things that were done to this animal. Called out a vet. The vet came and was like, I've never seen anything like this. We got to call in some specialist. FBI from like Denver, Colorado came out to document this situation. Thanks for listening to me. Love you guys. Bye.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Cattle mutilations.
If it wasn't clear to those listening and who don't know that much about UFOs, we mean that UFOs did it, aliens did it, not like somebody's walking around killing cattle like Jack the Ripper.
No, but you know, that's always been a big thing because when cattle mutilations really started to hit the news in the early 70s, it wasn't just cattle, it was horses and bison. And I mean, cattle mutilations just became easier to say than cattle, equine, and bisonic mutilations. Is Pisonic a word?
I do not think so, no.
No, it is now. But for a long time, they tried to blame it on like satanic cults because it was also happening at the time of satanic panic. And so they were like, oh, there's Satanists out there performing ritual sacrifices on cows and horses. But then the problem came out like the entire anus of a cow would be gone and there would be no blood on the ground and the wound would be cauterized.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like she was talking about. Like laser fucking shit. Like that don't make no sense.
Yeah, and then like people would see black helicopters in the area, and so they thought maybe the government was doing some weird testing on cows and horses. But there's so much weird stuff involved with cattle mutilations. I mean, people would say, I mean, the argument from vets and people who like were looking at it to try and make it normal, they would say like, oh, it's a fox or a rat, and they like go in through the soft part, which is usually the mouth or the anus or the udders, and eat from the inside out. The problem is there's never any blood. And the wounds are cauterized. It's not like a wolf is carrying around like a cauterization kit.
Yeah. And if it was like the government doing tests on things, A, wouldn't they just take it? Why would they leave the body? And B, they would just make a big horrible building where they just bred things and tested on them. They wouldn't take fucking Johnny in Colorado's cow and laser it and leave it there. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, if the government was going to do testing on animals, the government can afford to have its own animals to test on without going around and taking somebody's cow.
Just taking one from different guys.
Poor cows. R.I.P. cows.
I know. No more cattle mutilations. Aliens, if you're listening, let's not do that. Okay? Be nice to the babies. Okay, next message.
What's up, weirdos? My name is Derek, and I'm calling with a question about paranormal TV shows. I've been watching a bunch of them lately, and I noticed that whenever they go into kids' rooms, there's no posters on the walls. The walls are always blank. And it made me wonder, do they go in before they start filming and take down posters for, like, I don't know what kids are into today, anime or whatever, because of, like, legal rights issues? They don't want to put them and they don't want to have to blur them out? Or do a lot of these homes just not have anything? Do the kids not have anything hanging on the walls? Just something I was thinking about. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you later.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. A lot of things are removed from houses that have a corporate logo on them or something that could be seen as promoting or endorsing a company, a cartoon, a movie. Now that I mention this, for any listeners who are watching paranormal shows, you will even see in a lot of episodes, people will have little pieces of tape if they're wearing like a Nike logoed shirt, or if they have a company branded like sweatshirt, they'll have a black piece of tape over it. So yeah, it's completely a rights thing.
I like it was like, are the shows taking this down, or do kids just not have interests anymore?
Are kids just boring nowadays?
Also, I want to say that was literally a perfect fucking phone call.
That was perfect.
Perfect. To the point. Great audio. Brilliant.
Making it happen.
Brilliant call. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to think, did I ever have any issues filming any shows where...
You don't wear brands?
No, but I think that we had filmed some like walk and talk stuff for Ghost Stalkers, and we realized that Chad's beanie had a logo on it. And so we kind of had to go back and refilm that walk and talk because we couldn't have it on camera.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks because it doesn't feel organic because you just had the conversation for real the first time. And now you're like, got to go back and hit the kind of same beats.
Well, yeah, and most of the stuff that like us or any of our friends would wear are small brands anyway. So it'd be nice if they just reached out to the brand and was like, hey, can we keep this in? Like give them a fucking iota of shine, but nobody does that.
Of course.
Nobody does that.
We do that.
We do that. I know I shout out people every second. I love giving people shine. It's one of my favorite things. Next message.
Hey, Jessica, Tenny, and Toad. This is Monica from Louisville, Kentucky. I just wanted you to know that I was listening to the most recent pod while doing my grocery shopping in the Myers, like you do, with the old AirPods in, and Tenny starts talking about cutting his fingers off, and I am gagging in Meyer like some kind of crazy person. I had people staring at me because I couldn't hold it in. He starts talking about his fingers coming off, and I about barfed in a Meyer. So thank you for that experience at 11 o'clock this morning. You guys are the best. Okay, bye.
Glad to have helped you look like an insane weirdo in the mire.
Yay. Everybody in Meyer looks insane anyway, so you're fine.
At least I wasn't talking about when I dropped that 70-pound air compressor on my toe.
I know. First of all, the other day when we were waiting to go into the movie, I asked you if you wanted to see the scar on my stomach that I have now. And you said no. And you seemed so skeeved out. And I'm like, you can tell me about dropping a fucking thing on your toe and losing your goddamn toe almost, but you won't look at a scar.
That big toe smashed like a blue mushroom.
Clearly, no, I don't want to hear about it ever again. Gross.
I think the reason I don't want to see your scar is I just want to see as little of you as possible.
I know. This episode is so mean. This whole episode is ghosts touching you, cattle mutilations. Kenny doesn't want to be my friend anymore. That's the whole episode. You're gonna miss me. You're about to leave for 2 weeks and you're just ragging on me. And the last time you went on a trip, you called me every day.
I won't be able to do that now because I'm in England.
Okay, you can call me.
Not from England. You have to have the international plan.
Well, you used it in Canada.
But that's international is not.
That's the same.
Anyway, I bought the $15 plan.
Because you want to call me so bad.
Because I don't want to be in England without a phone. You never know what's going to happen out there.
Just fucking say something nice one time.
What, on this episode?
Yes! You got the... Why did you get the plan if you don't want to talk to me?
Because I have to be able to talk to someone in case I get lost.
Who's somebody? You don't talk to anybody else.
I can call my dad or something like that.
Oh, fucking Christ almighty.
Sister.
But don't call... I'm not going to pick up your phone. This is it. I'm not picking up your phone call. You paid the $15 for nothing.
You're the only person I talk to.
I literally know.
You're my best friend. You're my best buddy.
My best friend. Speaking of my actual best friend, Toad. I think it's so cute on the messages where everybody says Toad's name. That is so cute because he's literally laying right here. So he totally hears all of them when you're saying it. So I really appreciate that. And it's really cute. But no, really, but you're both my best friend. I just wanted to be mean because you were being mean to me.
That's fine. I'm being mean because I'm nervous.
No, you're not.
I have a big trip. I'm nervous. It makes me nervous.
I know. Two things. One, if you guys want to be on a future voicemail episode and have us judge you for how slow you talk and if your content is boring or not, the phone number is 313-444-5170. It's also in the show notes under every episode that we post. So if you forget the number, go look for it. That's the first thing. And the second thing, have you, like, what places, because you said you're going to have extra time when you're in England, what places do you independently want to go to? Do you have a short list? What's your highlight? What do you, or is there like one where you're like, if I don't see this, I'm going to cry? My
short list is the Rollright Stones, which are some standing stones, not as big as Stonehenge, but kind of cooler to me, at least. And then Wallington, which is where the little kids saw gnomes in the 1970s.
Cute.
Gnomes that drive cars around. Anybody that hasn't seen it, look up Wallington, WOLLATON, gnomes. And then you can look at the pictures of the gnomes driving cars around that little kids saw.
Wait. Are they full-size cars or tiny cars?
Tiny little gnome cars.
Oh my God.
Gnomes don't drive full-size cars. They drive little...
know. What if they're on like a stack of books?
No, they drive out from under the mushrooms and they pick each other up. And there's usually two in a car because they have a little friend with them.
Okay, you have to green screen me into a picture in front of Saltburn, and you have to bring me home one gnome in a tiny car.
And then maybe, since I have extra days, maybe Stonehenge, maybe the Uffington Horse, maybe these wander around London. You never know.
I wish I was going.
If I can get the timing right, I could go to Stonehenge on Halloween.
Yeah, somebody will want to go.
Hopefully.
Yeah. How far is it?
It's one of those things because when you talk to people in England, they say stuff like, "Oh, it's so far away. It's like 3 hours."
Yeah, that's not far.
No.
Oh, not for us. I would leave. If that was by me, I would leave right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think people realize, like, you can drive from the west side of England to the east side of England in like 5.5 hours.
Listen, I distinctly remember I've driven across this goddamn country several times. Every time I'm on Long Island and I hang out with my friends who live on Long Island, we talk about shit. I'm like, oh, what should we do? And I'm like, oh, we could go do this in the city. And they're like, the city is 40 minutes from here. I'm like, y'all are crazy. You never leave here. Y'all are stuck out here. You have New York fucking City that close and you don't leave Long Island. It's crazy.
It's just a Midwest Michigan thing though, isn't it? Like because we love cars and driving so much. I mean, I remember, I can't tell you how many times as a teenager, well, not teenager, probably, 17 to 30. How many times we would just decide to drive to Chicago?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours away.
Yeah, but to some people, they're like, oh no, that's like a whole situation. It's not that far. When we go to Paracon, when we go up north to Michigan, it's fucking 5 hours from here.
So I have a lot of places on my short list, but really the Rollright Stones, Wallington, and maybe the ancestral tiny home is up in like Yorkshire. That's a little bit away. That's like 4 hours away. And I just don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem long to me, but trying to hit everything in between could make it a really long trip.
Where's your Downton Abbey shit?
What do you mean?
Where is that? Where do they film it? Where is it?
I think that's about an hour south.
Yeah, don't you want to see that stuff?
You never know. Once I get there, you never know what I'm going to see. I might get there and be like, ugh, England.
No way. It's going to be so good. You should go to Oxford too, because it wasn't that far and it looked so freaking pretty.
Listen, you don't know. I have one of those John Tenney maps for England. Like, I could go to where they filmed all the filming locations for the movie Psychomania. I could go to all the filming locations for the Hammer Dracula films. I could go to all the locations for the Omen films. I could go, like, there's so much. I know where David Naughton's apartment was from American Werewolf in London. Yeah, the apartment where they first filmed the comedy show The Young Ones. I have a whole map of stuff that I could go and do.
That's what I would be doing. I would just pass gas behind me.
Well, I guess that's the sign to go.
A little nug.
Smells like nugs.
I was going to say something else about England. I think I forgot. I don't know.
That's it. We're all done.
Okay, I guess that's it, because I can't remember shit.
Yeah, that's it. We're all done. I'll try and take video when I'm in England.
You have to.
I'll try.
Just a little. It doesn't have to be an hour like my Patreon videos, but you should do a baby one.
I'll try.
I appreciate it. The Patreons appreciate it. Oh, that was the other thing. You guys, we're not going to record while Tenny's in England. And then, like, literally the day after he gets home, we have to be at Mid-Michigan Paracon because we have to talk and entertain the masses. So we're going to do an episode after that. So it's going to be a hot 2 weeks before you get another episode from us. So just throwing it out here now so you don't panic, so you don't DM me, but we'll try and do a supersized one when Tenny's back, even though I'm not going to have that much to talk about because I'm not doing anything. I'm not the one going to England, but I'll try and do some stuff. I'm going to see an advanced screening of Priscilla this Tuesday, the new slanderous Elvis movie from Priscilla's perspective. So we'll see how that is, but I'm excited.
All right, I gotta go.
Hey, leave.
I gotta go to England.
Okay, well, you're not going right now.
I'm leaving right now. My flight is in like an hour.
That is a lie. Thank you to Adam Berry, sponsor. Go buy Adam's new book, Goodbye Hello, at adamberrybooks.com. Go buy yourself some Old Town Roasting coffee. And if you want to support the podcast, it's patreon.com/whatsupweirdo. We'll have contests in there and videos. And we have a live chat now, like a hangout, What's Up Weirdo Patreon live chat.
Oh, I think I have another contest for us for Patreon.
Good.
We'll talk about it off air.
Ooh, see, there's another reason for you guys to join. We'll do another giveaway. I actually have another one too that I learned about in the last couple of days. We have like 10 giveaways to do.
Mine's pretty good.
Okay. So anyway, we're going to go. I hope you have a really good time in England. Oh, UK, whatever it is. I hope you call me. I hope you send me pictures of a troll in a car.
I will.
Okay.
I'm going to miss you, buddy.
I miss you too.
Oh, no. Okay, bye, buddy.
Oh, I got a lot of DMs about how unhinged the end of our last episode was too.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It evolved into some madness.
All right, bye.
Hey, I'm leaving.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, buddy. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.